Now, politics is increasingly being dominated by one issue, the forthcoming Europe referendum. Today, the Liberal Democrats launched their Stay campaign, while those wanting to leave claim we'd be happier and healthier if we weren't in the EU.
One of the Euro MPs for this region is emerging as a key player in the Leave campaign. It's his job to try to paint a positive picture of Britain outside Europe. This from our political correspondent, Andrew Sinclair.
Hardly a day goes by without the Leave campaign holding some kind of event. Today it was a conference in London and all the big names from the various Leave campaigns were there.
It's a massive opportunity. I think it's the biggest political change in our lifetimes.
The meeting had been organised by David Campbell Bannerman, one of the East's Conservative MEPs. The Leave campaign has been criticised for failing to paint a positive picture of life outside the EU. Mr. Campbell Bannerman wrote a book 3 years ago which does just that. It's now essential reading for the Leave campaign.
We'd actually save about £12 billion a year, which is a lot of money for hospitals or schools or transport, infrastructure, flood defences.
But we wouldn't be members of this big club anymore, would we?
There's a lot of talk about not being at the table. Well, for heaven's sake, we're not talking about leaving Europe or the United Nations or the WTO or all these international bodies. It's only the EU.
His vision also sees us being able to strike much better trade deals with whoever we like and control who comes into the country. The other side warn it won't be as easy as that.
Those people that want to act like snake oil salesmen and tell you that everything will be different the day after Britain leaves the EU, they're right in one sense. It will be different. We won't have the same control over our borders, the same influence in the world.
The various Leave campaigns seem to be well funded, with well-staffed offices and glitzy videos. A far cry from the Out campaign of 40 years ago.
And East Anglia, the independent fenmen, why should they look to Brussels rule?
The Leave campaigns say this time their arguments and campaigning will be more sophisticated. If it pays off, it'll be in part thanks to the arguments of David Campbell Bannerman.